Hello everyone and welcome back to the FSL Wild Rift Open. As you can see here, Glitchshox has decided to represent his team a little bit there with that
Yeah.
t-shirt folded into a scarf. Anyway, we're here for round 2. Now it's going to be Blue Moon versus a team called hahaha XD.
Hahaha XD
And
indeed.
hahaha XD, they lose one ban because they were late.
1 minute
So
late.
yeah, 1 minute
Yes.
late. So they've only banned out Seraphine, and over on the side of Blue Moon, they've decided to take away the Wukong and the Galio. Let's head into that draft.
Now, interestingly enough, Wukong having seen quite a lot of play and bans as well. I think what he offers is definitely really strong, especially against teams where they don't know how to be organized or disengage properly, right? Because there's a lot of no counterplayer engage and a lot of CC when it comes to Wukong. We do see Kaisa being first picked here um, by the side of Blue Moon. Going to be answered by the Oriana and the Corki.
And that's right, these picks that we saw in the previous series as well. We saw Kaisa really with a very commanding lead in the first game. It was banned out in the second game in the previous series. Oriana and Corki as well, very strong team fighting champions. Ziggs is something new that we see. I believe it was banned in the previous series.
Right.
So we're going to see that being picked up there by Blue Moon in the mid lane.
Now, I do feel that the Ziggs here does make a lot of sense because he does outrange the Oriana as well as the Corki. So he will be sort of that win condition, right, that Blue Moon can fall back on because Ziggs, notoriously as well, is that late game control mage, right, with infinite amount of damage. And, it is just sort of a insurance card for Blue Moon at the moment. It's going to be a Akali locked in here.
Yep, that's right. It's going to be a Shyvana as well, most likely. Over on the side of hahaha XD, they do pick up themselves the Rakan, which is something that we haven't really seen too much, as well as the Jarvan.
Yeah, I actually really like the side for Haha XD because they do have the Jarvan Oriana combo as well as the Rakan. So they have a lot of ball delivery systems, in the forms of the Rakan and the Jarvan. And they do have the hyper scaling with the Corki as well. So they will be scaling, pretty fine. And they even go with the Malphite. So it's just going to be very, very strong team fighting composition that really spikes very hard when they do hit their item breakpoints. On the side of Blue Moon, they do have the Akali and the Ziggs as their sort of carry potentials, but I think it's going to be very hard unless it's very dependent on the execution from the side of Haha XD. If they don't do it well, I think it's going to be very easy for Blue Moon to just disengage, play the long range kite game, and just take the game.
Do you feel that on the side of hahaha XD they are missing out on physical damage? Because right now I see that they have got Corki and Oriana as well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Corki in this game as well, right? 80% magic damage, and the Jarvan is definitely not going to be building any attack damage at all.
Yeah.
It's probably just going to be going the Guardian Angel into full tank, which we did see in the previous game. But I mean, the saving grace is that there's only really a Shyvana tank on the opposite side, so they shouldn't be that worried. But I think we will see definitely a lot of Mercury threats being picked up by the side of Blue Moon, and I think Zonia's is just going to be the prime enchantment that they should be looking for, right, against the Oriana as well as the engage from the side of hahaha XD.
Yeah, that's right. You mentioned ball delivery system. We've got the traditional Malphite now thrown into the mix as well. So really a very strong team fight composition coming in from hahaha XD. If they can land one spell, it's going to be a pretty big wombo combo. Looking forward to seeing some of that later in the game.
Oh,
Just a bit of a hello there moment there. Just going to spot out that Corki as well. It's a 3-man squad moving in. Ooh,
oh
okay.
no.
That's interesting stuff there from that Ziggs. Rakan is hanging around though. He's not going to be able to do very much. Janna has arrived as well just to dissuade any further advances.
Yeah.
Tornado.
I mean, I think the most important thing here is that the Oriana did get the ward. I'm just he didn't get the ward, but he did manage to get a little bit of vision, which was eventually cleared by the Janna. But I think they do know that Shyvana is starting at the bottom side of the map,
Yeah.
so they will have an idea of what his path is going to be. Now compared to that, the Jarvan, going to be mirroring the path from the Shyvana.
I think Jarvan is actually a little ahead right now of time. He's going to be hanging around, maybe gonna do some level 2 cheese, but the ward there,
Oh, he doesn't get spotted though.
yeah, he did not get spotted, but he's
Oh,
just gonna
never mind.
forget about all that because I'm just gonna walk straight across the lane, head over to the
Okay.
bot side. Yeah, very telegraph stuff now. They know that he's in the bot side jungle. Shyvana as well has opted to go for her Krugs instead of going over to the top side.
Right. So I think likely there's just going to be a bottom Scuttle Crab contest here, right? Both junglers going to be here, both junglers clearing 3 camps. The Scuttle Crab has spawned. Important thing here is that haha XD, their bot lane do have the bot priority. Oh, Javan missing the EQ or the flag and drag combo onto the crab, but I think it should still be fine.
Yeah, the bottom lane is walking up that we're going to be seeing a fight. Scuttle Crab putting up that white flag right now. It's going to drop in. He's going to get with the Rakan with a 2-man knockup right there already. Shyvana taking a lot of damage. Rakan is in the front. Corki Valkyrie forward. That's going to be first blood for him. Kaisa now forced to run away with about 200 health. One more Jarvan auto attack should do the trick. But it's actually going to be Orianna who secures that one. At haha XD, they pick up the first 2 kills.
Yeah, that was just, I think, really, I would say, just telegraphed, right, from everything that was happening, right? The side for haha XD, they did have the mid priority as well as the bot priority, and then it was just a little bit too risky for the Shyvana to walk in, try and get the Scuttle Crab right under their noses. So they took a 50-50 flip with the smites and they lost it, and you know, just end up with a 2-0 1000 goal lead for the side of haha XD.
Yep, that's right. Jarvan as well taking the Scuttle Crab in the top side while Shyvana is around. He's going to be able to secure that one. He hit level 5 and Shyvana is only halfway there, still at level 4. But Jarvan just going to be walking back to his own jungle for now, taking away those Krugs.
This is actually going to be a pretty big lead because on the side of haha XD, they really need to hit those item breakpoints and, you know, getting those early kills, especially on their key carries, right, which is the Corki and the Orianna. It just helps them snowball so much faster into, you know, that looks to be the Seraph's Embrace as well as the Trinity Force on the Corki.
Yeah, Corki, interestingly enough, itemized into the Executioner's Calling as well for
Right, really early
healing
Executioner's
reduction.
Calling.
Yeah, against the Janna, which we've seen her Monsoon do a lot of work in the previous few games. So I think it's more of an aggressive choice that we want to maybe do some diving later and that reduced healing will help them out.
Now the dragon here going to be spawning in 30 seconds. Of course, Corki does have to recall and take the package, right? Because if you all didn't know, Corki package spawns at 4 minutes. So he will not be there for the dragon, right? He will not be first. But if he does take the package and if they are able to stall and wait for him, I think the fight will be heavily favored in their favor.
That's right. He has begun to back off a little bit, though there is more priority on the side of Blue Moon right now. They have 4 members in the river. Corki is recalling as you said. Inferno Dragon has spawned and actually he stopped his recall there just to kind of help his team out a bit. Looks like Corki is finally going back for that package dragon. About 5,000 health.
Now, it is a 5v4, the Malphite isn't here yet.
Yep, that's right. They're taking a lot of AoE actually, and there's a lot to be worried about because there are so many ball delivery systems. You don't even need the Malphite there yet because you have the Jarvan, you have the Rakan as well to engage if you want. But for now, Blue Moon are actually backing off, and that gives Corki time to pick up the package.
Now, Akali here, I think right now, Blue Moon, they're just going to be conceding the dragon. We see Akali moving back up, I guess not, making a U-turn straight back to the Inferno Dragon.
Yeah, it's a bit of a indecisive call, I guess. Smite does get used by the Jarvan to secure that Scuttle Crab, and for now it looks like both teams are just doing these dragon dances. They are all too familiar with Corki though, with that package right there. Taking a look at the items right now, Corki did go back. He does have himself a fair amount of items. And oh boy, Kaisa getting caught out there, getting knocked up. Corki's gonna start firing away. Janna trying to block out those missiles, but the phosphorus bomb there, just securing that kill. And now with this opening, hahaha XD are gonna opt to take that dragon.
I think the Kaisa wasn't expecting that damage. He still had the barrier and the flash. So it's just gonna be the Inferno Dragon going over to the side of haha XD.
Unless there's a cheeky steal, perhaps with Malphite going to be going straight in with the ultimate onto Shyvana. She's going to be dropping really low, pops that dragon form, but it's not going to be enough. The shockwave on 2 right there. Akali and Janna are forced to run away. Meanwhile, in the pit, Ziggs is chased out as well. Whew, Janna on there, nice sidestep.
A little bit of a dodgeball.
Yeah, but that means that the dragon, yeah, it's going to be going over to hahaha XD.
I really like that turn from haha XD. They really leveraged on the Malphite and the Jarvan combo with the Orianna. Although it wasn't used like in a just instantly, right? Orianna held his shockwave, waited to get the key targets in the right position, and overall I think the turn from the objective onto the players itself was really, really clean.
Right now, 6 minutes in, the goal lead is about 3,000, and a lot of it is in the hands of the Corki right now. He's got about 1,000 over the Kai'Sa, has the Trinity Force and the Executioners as well.
This is just really, really, really big for the side of haha XD. Both now their bot lane is just going to be rotating over, right, for the Rift Herald, and we do see the Kai'Sa and Janna still at the bottom side of the map. So this is, indicating that, we are just taking the trade here. We're okay with giving you the Rift Herald. Let's just have more time to farm up, and then we'll fight when we have the items.
Well, yeah, that looks like... okay, doesn't look like what's happening. Yeah, they're just gonna poke in there, use that ultimate as well to try to steal it, but that doesn't work out. Now Ziggs is a little far forward. Malphite has arrived there. Some of them force onto that Ziggs right there. He's gonna get charmed up, and he's gonna get taken out there. A little far forward there from him. God.
Now that pick there on the Ziggs was really, really important because that was their main source of wave clear, and now they don't really have a reliable way to just stave off this Rift Herald push.
That's right, the target gonna drop to 600. Jarvan gonna EQ straight in, and he does get taken in. Jarvan by the 4-man shockwave, wow! And the 4-man knockup as well. That's the combo that we've been talking about, and look at it in action right there.
I mean, it was a bit in reverse, but it didn't matter because their whole team just completely disappeared.
Yeah, land one of them, land all of them right there. Wow. Beautiful stuff right there from haha XD. They're gonna secure 2 turrets and
the Rift
bunch of
Herald.
kills. Yeah, Rift Herald. Okay. Stopped in
a little
time.
bit unfortunate.
But still now, haha XD with a comfortable goal lead right now of 8,000, as well as showing their opponents how their comp works there. Really, everyone's just getting caught out by that one. 4-0 and 4. The Corki scoreline right now as they recall and purchase more items to get ready for the next objective.
I want to see how much gold he actually... Oh, he actually just picks up instantly a Zhonya's Hourglass, which I wouldn't say it's bad because it does make sense to pick up Zhonya's here because the only way that Blue Moon can actually get back into this game is that they have to shut down the Corki, right? But if the Corki goes for the defensive items, they won't be able to ever touch him, So I think this Zhonya's here does make a lot of sense, although it is a bit more on the defensive side. It's a respectable decision.
There's a bit of a fight happening on the top side. Akali may have gotten caught out. Forced the flash away as well. I'm not too sure how long the Jarvan has that flag and drag. He's gonna flash in and he's just gonna use the Cataclysm right there. Ziggs ultimate. He's gonna come in, but Jarvan is just gonna take that kill.
The Malphite flashed in, but he wasn't even needed. The Jarvan there, the jungle just soloing the solo lane on the side of Blue Moon. The Akali 0-2-0 doesn't look, as we talked before in the draft, the Akali and the Ziggs are those win conditions that they really needed in the team composition, and at the moment it's getting completely ran over by the side of hahaha XD.
That's right, it's not really coming online at this point. It's really hahaha XD who have the ball in their side of the court. The Corki and the Rakan in the ball lane right now. Dragon is coming up in 15 seconds as we see Jarvan pathing down towards it. I believe Corki is recalling for the package once again.
I mean, now for the side of Blue Moon, I think this Dragon should be an easy give up, right? They should not be contesting this because there's absolutely no way they're going to be winning against this humongous gold lead.
Yeah, look at the Orianna. They're just standing across the wall, zoning any opponents who might come by. That's gonna be a dragon going down. Orianna, she in an awkward spot. No, Corki's just gonna pack it straight over. Jada popping that monsoon, but another beautiful shockwave. That's gonna be 2 more kills going down. Teleport in from the Malphite. By the time he shows up, the fight is already over. He's not even needed. That's gonna be a clean ace there for hahaha XD.
0-15 is the scoreline. I think at this point in time, Blue Moon should just be looking and thinking about the next game, right? Because we even saw, right, the Malphite TP in lane, and they just straight up won 4v5. So absolutely nothing that I think Blue Moon will be able to do unless haha XD like literally have to run it down into the base and kill themselves for there to be any wave of Blue Moon coming back to this game.
Yeah, that's right. I think Blue Moon right now, when you think about the champions that they've given over to the side of hahaha XD, the fact that they gave over such a neat combo kind of telegraphed their end there, especially with the 4-man shockwave in mid. It's gonna be pretty tough stuff if they want to continue to come back in this one. Corki just picking up the Infinity Edge as well.
Yeah, and also props to haha XD because they, even though we can say the combo is, you know, really easy to execute, but the way that they did it, it was decisive, and they do play the aggressive style that we did see Next Big Tempest play as well, because when they take the lead, they don't let go of it, you know, and when you are playing these champions that have to play aggressive, you know, you just can't be watching the enemy team farm up and scale up, and you know, they do play well, right? They use the champions to their full potential, they turn when they need to, and they just put Blue Moon into the ground, you know.
Absolutely very clear calls from them. They have Corki right now in the mid lane, just constantly giving that back. Okay,
That's,
sure.
Yeah.
He knew the camera was looking at him. He decided to be fancy and go golden. Shows off that
Little bit of an emote.
Corki, but yeah, I don't know if anyone from the side of Blue Moon saw that one. But wow, look at that Corki missile just doing insane amounts of damage right there. They're gonna start sieging up that mid lane there. They do have a way for themselves.
Yeah, with the Baron buff here, I think it's just going to be extremely hard for the side of Blue Moon to be defending any of these turrets. Another mini wave might just be the death of the tier 3 tower. The bottom lane turret here also looking to be pushed in. Malphite also taking the top wave. So going to be haha XD playing on all the 3 lanes here with their Baron buff, making full use of it. Red buff just going to be given over to the Corki. Are they going to reset or...
Looks like
Jarvan does recall.
Looks like they have enough confidence to take this one without the Jarvan. Look at the positioning of the Orianna right there.
Jesus.
She knows she's in control. She knows there's nothing they can do about her. Jenna right now with no mana can't really do much to protect her AD carry against this. The command attacks are just too much for them to deal with. And look at this, even without the Jarvan and without the Malphite, this 3-man squad is able to land significant amounts of damage onto this turret.
Okay, the good thing is for Blue Moon, the Baron buff has expired, and none of the tier 3 towers actually got taken, so they are in a position where they can sort of stall the game, but then again, they do have to overcome like a 20,000 gold lead, so
oh yes,
it is kind of a huge wall.
It is a very, very high hill to climb.
Just a slightly,
Yeah.
slightly high hill.
Yeah, from this Malphite, just being a huge rock at the top lane, there's really nothing this Akali can do against him, and it's really unfortunate because you mentioned just now that Akali and Ziggs are going to be the main carries, but neither one of them have really gotten online at all. Just the Akali being stopped by the Malphite. She can't find enough damage to do really anything against him. The Baron is coming up in about 20 seconds. Cloud Drag is coming up in about 10 seconds as well. And the first one there is actually Janna, but the rest of the team is not exactly there. Jarvan, however, did recall, but there's really nothing that the rest of Blue Moon can do to take advantage or punish that.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be a real quick, Cloud Dragon capture into playing for the Baron side. Once they get the Baron, it's just going to be lights out for this game.
0 and 15 is the scoreline right now. Might be 1 and 15 if they can catch. Nah, they can't.
Oh, it takes absolutely no time. Oh,
okay. We blinked there and Kai'Sa just went down there and just the Cataclysm in, flash away by Ziggs. He's forced to use that Mega Inferno Bomb as well. Looks like they're not even going to go for the Baron for now. They're just going to continue sieging up that mid lane. Yeah, they don't even bother for the Baron.
They just... Oh, I mean, pings are coming down finally onto the Baron. They realize that, okay, the Ziggs wave clear is kind of obnoxious, so we kind of need the Baron buff. And there won't be any contest anyway, so why not? Let's just end the game faster.
Absolutely right. Baron dropping down to about 5,000, but again, there's just nothing that Blue Moon can do about this at the moment. That means that haha XD secure themselves Baron.
Looks like this is just going to be the final recall for hahaha XD before, it just 5-man, going to be running down the mid lane, and likely the bot lane as well. Right, both the tier 3 towers for the mid and bot lane are extremely low.
Very right. Oh, they were able to play and execute their 1-3-1 comp pretty well just now with 3 members in the mid lane And this Corki here, 7-0 at 7 with 3.5 items as well. He's about 6,000 gold in front of his counterpart.
Just
That-
just
yeah,
6,000.
just 6,000. That just telegraphs really how this game has been going. The inhibitor is going to get sieged out right now.
damage.
Yeah, it's really the Corki putting out so much damage with those missiles there. And the Shyvana with the Guardian Angel really can't do very much. Super minions are now spawning in the mid lane and they're going to rotate over. Oh my lord! The damage from the Orianna is just so disgusting at this point.
I think he could have probably killed them if
Yeah,
he,
if he shockwave.
Yeah, if he shockwave.
Oh boy, this is really the last stand for game 1. Of course, there's still game 2 and a possibility of game 3 right now for Blue Moon. But game 1 looks to be all but over.
Oh.
Jarvan coming in with that EQ combo. He's gonna lock that Ziggs up. What is the response gonna be? There's really not much. Shockwave will whiff, but doesn't matter.
Okay.
Malphite just going straight in onto the platform there with a 3-man unstoppable force, but the rest of his team is just gonna finish off the Nexus. And hahaha XD are gonna secure game 1 in this series.
I mean, the Malphite there going for the style points, giving over that one kill that they really needed. Could have been a perfect game, but you know, you can't blame Malphite for that. But it was just from start to finish really commanding lead
Yes.
from the side of hahaha XD. They took the lead and they never let go of it.
That's right, beautiful execution as well. When they barreled it down mid lane, they knew exactly how they wanted to fight. They landed their key spells. From there, they really just decimated their competition. There's really nothing much that Blue Moon could have done about that one. Just looking at the damage graphs there, the Kaisa with a 4,000 there. That I think that just tells the story of this game right now. Kaisa with a 4,000 compared to the Corki 21,000. Ziggs, of course, very respectable amounts of damage, but that's because he does have the range to toss out those bombs and try to poke his opponents out. But yeah, that's quite a tough game that Blue Moon just had. And now for them, it is time to reset and think about the next game really, and what can they do in fact in the second game to stop this team right now that's hahaha XD.
No, I think if we are talking about what they can do, I think first would be maybe they want to change a little bit of their bans or change their picks, right? Because a lot of the champions that they are picking don't really have, you know, the ability to sort of dodge or disengage from their engage, right? With the Malphite and the Orianna. So it is a little bit hard for them to play considering the champions that they have. So they definitely should be looking into the next game. What are the champions that we should ban? Is the Orianna a problem? You know, is the Corki a problem? Should we take it for ourselves? And really reconsider what is their game plan, you know, going into the next game.
That's right, that is something that they will definitely need to consider. And on our side, we're going to be going for a short break, but when we come back, it's going to be game 2 of this series. Stay tuned. Hello everyone and welcome back to the FSL Wild Rift Open. This is game 3 of the series of Blue Moon versus hahaha XD. And in case you guys haven't been around, Blue Moon got one free win just now because hahaha XD picked the wrong champion twice.
I mean, Blue Moon basically just completely demolished them in the draft phase, right? So
pretty much. Didn't even need to get into game 2 win. But hey, we're on to game 3 now. So it is match point right now for both of these teams. And the bans, by the way, for Blue Moon have remained the same, Galio and Akali. And for hahaha XD, they opted to ban Lux instead of Ahri.
right, gonna be the Orianna and the Lux ban here. We do see the first pick Wukong, which they did show very high priority on. Again, Wukong is that champion with the no counter play engage and tons of CC in that team fight. But interestingly enough, we do see the Seraphine being picked here against the Braum, right? So and they on top of that, she was blind picked. So there is the Yasuo as well, which makes it really, really hard for Seraphine to land a proper ultimate if they do save those spells, right? With the Wind Wall and the Unbreakable. Although I think the team compositions overall, there is going to be a lot of team fighting potential for both sides, but I really, really, really like haha XD's composition because it's very easy to execute, right? You have the Wukong going into the Yasuo ultimate with the cannon and the Kaisa flying into the backline.
And that's right, there's a pretty strong dive coming up from them. Of course, on the other side also for Blue Moon, they do have a kind of dive of their own. They have the Vi and the Malphite as well as the Seraphine. Of course, you did mention that the Seraphine can be blocked by the Braum and the Yasuo. So that makes it a little harder on their end. But yeah, Yasuo, this is the first time that we are seeing him, I believe. Seraphine as well. Jin also in the bottom lane here. Not exactly the Kaisa or the Zaya that we're used to seeing in general, or Ezreal in fact.
Now, I think it is interesting to see what the level 1 strategy will be, right? Of course, Braum notorious for the really, really interesting and strong level 1s that are available to the teams. So far it looks like nothing is happening that much. It's going to be a ward placed over the wall. They do spot out the Kaisa and the Braum here. So no lane swap nonsense that's going to be happening, right? On the side of hahaha XD, looks like they'll be leashing for their jungler here on the bottom side of the map. Same with the top side, the Malphite are going to be leashing for the buy.
Yeah, that's right. Malphite just gonna head over to his lane in a bit. Bit of a freeze there, but hey, Vi is just gonna be taking out her red buff. Wukong as well. With his own, they're both gonna be moving towards their Raptor camp. Now what's interesting is whether after this they're gonna move towards their Krugs or whether they're gonna switch sides of the map. For Wukong, it looks like he is gonna be switching sides, but for Vi, however, she's gonna be pathing towards her Krugs.
Now, I think the important thing here for the side of Blue Moon is how can they abuse the bot lane matchup, right? Because they do have the double range into range melee matchup, which is, you know, always going to be favorable for the Jhin Seraphine. However, it's a little bit awkward because, like we do see here, the trades actually do go a little bit even. And the gold lead isn't that big, right? Obviously, it's only the first few waves, but there's still... We will have to keep our eyes on this 2v2 matchup here to see really how much...
Oh, that right there, yeah. That's what you're talking about there, the double range bot lane moment the guys get caught, but we don't have time to talk about that because with the action happening in top lane, it's going to be a Scarlet Crab fight, and it's going to be Vi that's losing out. It's going to be first blood for the Wukong and a bit of a... Yeah,
a little bit of a skirmish there.
A little bit of a skirmish there, and it's going to be the hahaha XD that actually come out on top of it. But in the bot lane, however, something different happening. It's a Blue Moon who are taking the advantage in this one.
Now, I think both junglers there did their 3 camps into the top lane Scarlet Crab, and I think again, Blue Moon, they didn't respect the priority that haha XD had, right? They had the pushing mid lane, they had the pushing top lane, and the Vi there was just a little bit too greedy with the Scarlet Crab. I think if he went for the bottom side Scarlet Crab, he could have been able to secure it and also play towards that Jhin and Seraphine, right? We did see the Kaisa being a very low HP. I think it was a diveable, within diveable range, right? So now instead, it was a little bit of a big blunder, and the Wukong being able to secure both Scarlet Crabs now.
Yeah, he has his ultimate and he used it on the mid lane right there, forcing out the summoner spells from that Corki.
I think the Corki there was really, really lucky, or it was like really good reaction time because he managed to flash out of the Wukong ultimate before it actually knocked him up, which would have probably killed him, right? The Wukong into Yasuo ultimate.
Yeah.
Inescapable combo.
You're right, he does get caught up. Yasuo, however, will not jump in with that last breath. Instead, he's just going to recall for now. Vi as well has hit that level 5, but has yet to make any use of the ultimate. It's pathing down towards the bot side right now. A lot of action happening in mid right now. This Corki is really playing with fire against this Yasuo, especially when he has no summoner spells at all. Dragon is going to be up in 30 seconds.
I think something interesting is that Yasuo actually started with boots, so he didn't just miss it all.
Yep, action right here. Okay, both supports are going to trade their ultimates from using the heal as well as the flash to get himself out to safety.
That was really, really big though, because not having Seraphine ultimate for this dragon fight means that they don't have a really reliable way of getting onto the Kaisa, as well as, you know, having a follow-up engage outside of the Vi and the Malphite. So the Seraphine now going to be really stunted in this team fight. Although the Braum is sort of in a way doesn't have his ultimate as well, but he's still going to be useful, way more useful with his Unbreakable. Now both top laners have rotated over as well, going to be a fat 5v5 in the river.
Braum has actually made the recall right now, so he's going to be full health for this fight. Dragon is about 3,000 right now. Corki, interestingly enough, did not go back for the package. He's kind of thrown away from everyone else. That's going to be Wukong going with a 3-man knockup, but where is the last breath? It's going to be onto the back line. That's a massive ultimate as well. From that Malphite, the Dragon is actually going to be stolen away by the cannon. Now Kaisa is in the middle of everyone. That might be a bit too far forward, but the rest of her team has secured the other kills as well. Kennen gonna try to dive this on Jin, popping out that ultimate. He's not gonna land enough, but the Kaisa trying to stop him, but gets taken out instead.
A little bit unfortunate on the back end of that fight, but I think either way, still huge lead in the favor of hahaha XD, right? They managed to take the dragon, they go 4-2 in the fight, and I think overall, oh wait, no, it's not 4-2, it's 3-2 in the fight, right? But overall, just really positive for them, right? In the end, they do manage to get a goal lead on the Kennen as well, right? Kennen is one of those champions with a lead, and again, Blue Moon don't have a way to disengage from this Kennen, this Wukong engage, right? They don't have a Janna, they don't have the Braum, and they don't have any champions that can, just easily push them away. So the Kennen being so fat here is going to translate directly into, maybe a teamfight victory in the next Rift Herald, or until they are able to find maybe some items like the Zonia's Hourglass to sort of negate that burst damage.
So Kennen is going to be a pretty big threat. First turret is actually going to go down in the bot lane for Blue Moon right now. Just going to send Kennen over to clear this one out. Corki, however, getting caught out. Does manage to use the Valkyrie as Wukong did not have the Cyclone for himself.
There was a package being used there. Now he won't have the package for this Rift Herald fight.
That's right, Wukong once again going in. He still has no ultimate, but the Braum ultimate is used for that knockup. That's going to be Vi instantly falling. Malphite flashing away right now, but Q2 is going to be falling. The Unbreakable is blocking out a whole bunch of damage. And Yasuo once again with a 2-man knockup. He's going to use that last breath as well. The Wukong cycloning his way through the team. Poppy, that Guardian Angel. It's only Corki left alive to do damage right now. And the Jin as well, who does get tagged up by the Braum. And the Braum even lives to add insult to injury. Kaisa picks up a double kill. And that right there is going to be a delayed ace.
I don't know if you realize, but that was a 4v5. Like, there wasn't even the Kennen wasn't even in the fight. He was just busy taking the bot lane tier 1 tower, and then the Vi and the Malphite just got caught out of position, and Braum there really key unbreakable position, blocking out the Seraphine ultimate, and the team fight was just lost.
Yeah, and even Jin with the Guardian Angel as well. Now that cooldown is down, it is basically wasted on that fight. They really didn't get anything at all. That for Blue Moon is quite tough right now, the position they get in.
I'm not sure how they're going to be able to come back from this, right? Because we did talk about this earlier in the game. They do have the composition that kind of needs to snowball first. Because if the Jin doesn't get a hit, right, he's never going to be in a position where he can really damage the Braum and the Yasuo, or the Kaisa even, without getting punished by the Wukong and the Kennen.
That's right. Yasuo has 2 stacks right now. Gathering Storm. Jin is going to use that curtain call, but look at that! Braum right there just to say, you go ahead and hit me.
Nice damage,
wow.
Nice damage.
That's like what, like 50 damage? Insane right there. Yasuo and Braum are in the game right now, just carrying out this wave. And really, you're right, the Jin can't really do anything right now for the position that he's in. That's a huge problem.
I think the only thing that they can really do right now is to just wait for Corki and the Malphite to just hit their key items, so that, if Malphite can sort of peel and tank for his team, then the Corki will be able to just, we did see he is buying the mana mune, so his build is really going to be stunted until maybe 3-4 items even. So they really just have to hold on until that point.
And they hold on right now. Seraphine ultimate actually used on that Wukong alone. And once again, that means that it's not going to be available for this next dragon fight.
Yeah, I think just a blunder there, because not having the Seraphine ultimate just means a really huge team fight loss overall, because the champion, Seraphine just really revolves around her ultimate, and without that, it's just so hard for her to operate in a team fight, especially with how long her cooldowns are for her skills.
Absolutely right, Wukong has got to take the dragon right now, and the rest of Blue Moon are still in mid lane. Dragon is about 2,000 health by charging up the Vault Breaker, going in, gets knocked up over and over again. However, she's not going to be able to pick up that dragon. It's going to go to Yasuo, and Kennen with the slice and Maelstrom into the back line as well. The rest of the front line of Blue Moon is already dead, and Jin and Corki are forced to run away as quickly as they can to avoid dying.
It was a valiant attempt from the Vi, right? He did try to go in and steal the dragon, but the rest of his team was, too far.
Wukong a little far forward there, my friend. You are ahead, but you're not that far ahead. Not
that
yet,
was a little bit sus.
Yeah. kinda sus if you ask me. Not able to pick up the kill onto the Corki or the Jin, but they do manage to secure that mid lane outer turret.
Right, they get the dragon, they get the tower, basically everything that they wanted, right? Just a little bit of trading kills here and here and there, but doesn't matter. They're coming out 6,000 gold hit.
Absolutely right. Kaisa right now recalling for her Blade of the Rune King. Does have the Zhonya's as well to kind of defend against the engage that the Vi and the Malphite present.
Now, I think both teams need to be really wary of this Baron right now, because I think, you know, hahaha XD, they are actually in a position where they can just do the Baron right now and they won't even be able to get contested, right? Because they do have the wind wall, they have Unbreakable, and it's just going to be so hard for the side of Blue Moon to reach the back line, which is the Kaisa.
Absolutely, however, it looks like they're just going to be passing down towards that bot side instead. This Malphite is getting ignited and Yasuo, good flash there, but it's still a flash that is used, is pretty big. The rest of the Malphite's team are scrambling to the top side to help him out here because he clearly cannot fight this Yasuo at this point in time.
Now the cannon does have teleport here, and we do see the Kaisa, the Braum and the Wukong moving towards the mid lane, playing towards the Baron side. So it's a really scary position for Blue Moon because the cannon easily shoves the wave, can teleport over, create a 5v4 situation, and it's just going to be Baron and it's just going to be game over.
That's right, Cannon is just going to continue being that split pushing through. And this Yasuo right now, wow, look at that, look at how scary that Cannon is. The moment he just lightning rushes forward, Corki's like, I'm out, I'm not even going to bother.
Instantly Valkyrie's away, not even wanting to contest at all.
Absolutely right, and as I was saying, this Yasuo right now, he requires 2 or 3 people to be around his lane just to even have a chance of stopping him. Vi and Malphite are on their way.
Oh, are they looking for
I
a
think
2v1
they might
here?
be looking for a 2v1 right now under their turret. Yasuo's going to get knocked back by the Vault Breaker. He flashes out, but the Unstoppable Force is available. Braum going to use the ultimate as well. And Yasuo coming out that Zhonya's Hourglass. He's able to use that last breath, and Vi instantly falls down. Malphite has found himself. He's the rock, but he's the one in that hard place as well. Meanwhile, Wukong is just going to be 1v2ing here. Going to take that Jin down to GA. Actually, he's not. He's the one who gets popped instead. That Seraphine mistiming the route, and that might cost them the kill. Jin is trying to chase. He flashes forward. Is Wukong using that clone as well? Now it's going to be the Jin in trouble. The rest of the team has arrived. His GA is popped. And here comes the cannon. Here comes the slicing Maelstrom onto Seraphine. It's not going to be enough to take her out because of the flash, but Jin is going to fall. Seraphine, I don't know if she's going to be able to make it out. This one here, that route, she probably will be able to. But just look at the damage that's coming out right now from the side. Actually, they're just able to run rampant, and there's not much that Blue Moon can do about it.
I mean, overall, it was a nice try to catch the Yasuo, but you know, he was really smart in the itemization, buying the Zhonya's Hourglass, waiting for his team to come over and help him, and you know, they just bought enough time, right? And in the mid lane, they tried to kill the Wukong 2v1, but a little bit of misplays there just led them to not be able to pick up the kill, and their team just came over, converged, and just, you know, just helped out the Wukong, being able to win the team fight, and now convert that over into an Inferno Dragon.
So the Inferno and the Baron are up right now. I haven't seen too much of emphasis on the Baron from either side. They do give the blue buff over to the Seraphine on the side of Blue Moon, but the Braum has begun to clear out vision right now. And the priority is Malphite once again being forced to flash defensively. Curtain Call will be used, but that wind wall just absolutely nullifies it. They are
Unbreakable.
Yeah, Unbreakable gonna block that one up, but the Malphite with a 2-man Unstoppable Force. Braum is gonna be the first one to fall, but the team fight has begun. Kaisa is doing a lot of damage. The Infernal Dragon will go down to the side of Blue Moon, but the rest of Blue Moon are gonna be falling to hahaha XD. So who really wants this team fight? hahaha XD, they pick themselves up the ace.
I think it was a really good attempt because we did see how their composition was supposed to work, right? The Malphite and the Vi going in with the Seraphine ultimate behind, but of course, you know, with the Yasuo, with the Braum, it's just so hard for them to get through not only the tank members, which is the Wukong and the Braum, but just how can they layer the CC when the wind wall is just blocking all the damage, the Braum just blocking the Seraphine ultimate. I think this is just going to be, you know, tier 3 tower into a reset, into Baron, and it's going to be a third game and a 2-1 victory for the side of hahaha XD.
That's right, that could be what happens. And really, in that team fight there, the Braum just soaking up so much, as you mentioned, soaking up the Seraphine ultimate, and also the Unstoppable Force. That means that there was really nothing left for the side of Blue Moon to use against haha XD, and that just allowed the Kai'Sa to just run in and basically destroy everyone. And that's the problem here. There's just a lot of damage in general on the side of haha XD, who do actually give up the priority on the Baron right now. Kai'Sa did recall. Corki is hanging around there.
I mean, the saving grace is that it does make it slightly easier for them to steal the Baron, right? Because they are on the red side of the map, so the Vi can easily just queue over the wall, right? And just be in a position to steal Baron. And it's good that they do have the Scuttle Crab, so they do know even if their wards are cleared. So as long as they just don't take any team fights, just scale, wait for the Corki get his items, right? Let Vi try and steal the Baron. I think they'll be in an okay position to maybe try and come back to this game.
That's right, it's a tough position, but it is the only option available to them. They are at the very least still able to clear out the mid waves and try to secure some priority for themselves to walk in and at least get some vision of the pit to help the Vi to steal. But for now, they're sending 3 members top lane to clear out that wave. I don't think that's necessary. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think right now they're just in a really, just panic mode, right? Because it is the last game of the best of 3 series, and right now they are so far behind that all they need to do is just be on the Baron side. Because if haha XD, they do get the Baron, it's just going to be game over instantly.
Oh dear. Corki and Jin are caught out. Those are the 2 carries. Corki instantly getting last breath with the killer instincts as well. Goes down. It's going to be a teleporting from Malphite, who has to flash away defensively for the 3rd time. But is it going to be enough at all? He is pretty tanky. But that Jin taking so much damage. Seraphine ultimate comes out, catches 3. That's gonna be the Malphite ultimate as well onto the Yasuo. The Jin firing in his ultimate, but Vi is gonna fall. Kennen walking away with a sliver of health. The health bars are actually pretty low. Yasuo in that Guardian Angel right now. Wukong make a desperate dive onto the Jin, who is still alive. Will Wukong be able to survive Seraphine? Not enough damage to find that kill. In fact, the Malphite bowling ball, it's not gonna find enough damage, but at the very least, they were able to stave off that assault. It's going to be a 2-for-1. But if you look at the health bars right now on haha XD, that was not an easy fight for them.
That was a really, really close fight, right? I think that was the best possible position that Blue Moon could have hoped for. Because, Braum, Unbreakable was down, Windwall was down, multi-man Seraphine ultimate, and there was just so much value from the Seraphine there. It's just that a little bit misplayed from the side of Blue Moon, right? Some of the key ultimates didn't hit more people, and of course for the side of haha XD, they kind of overstepped, right? Because they were fighting in the enemy's base. The Nexus turret just does so much damage in their position. So I mean, if they just calm themselves down, focus on objectives, I think the game will be just easily over.
That's right, and that's what they're doing right now, putting a focus on this Elder Dragon.
Oh.
This Jin once again getting caught out, but the Yasuo is not in range to use that ultimate this time. Is he? Yes, he is. That's going to be Jin instantly deleted. Now this Yasuo is on the Seraphine. Oh no, he's on the Corki, and that's going to be a double kill. Malphite Unstoppable Force, but it's too little, too late. It's going to be a triple kill for the Yasuo. Can he find any more? Kai'Sa is going to pick up that Seraphine after a bit of a chase, but that is going to be hahaha XD. They're going to secure themselves the 3rd win. The 2nd win of this BO3 series, and they're going to advance to the next round. Congratulations to them.
I mean, I think overall, it was just a strong showing from haha XD, right? They showed how their aggressive playstyle, they just understand where they need to be, as well as how they can use their champions, to punish, obviously, the misstepping from Blue Moon, but not only that, how their champions just synergize so well together, and the synergy as a team, right? They're always on the same page, because even if we get caught out, right, the team from either mid lane, they have the priority, they can move over first, and they can help each other out.
Yeah, man, I think that's really the trend of the winning team so far, that they're able to communicate what they want to each other, and they're able to execute as a team instead of as 5 individuals running around trying to be a team. So props to them, of course, for that. They'll be moving on to the next round. Let's just take a look a bit here at the stats that we have. I mean, the damage coming out mainly from the Yasuo and the Kai'Sa. Actually, it's a pretty fair spread right here for four members, of course, other than Yasuo, who did a fair amount more than the rest of his team.
I mean, on the side of Blue Moon, right, the Vi there,
Yeah, oh yeah.
barely 4,000 damage. Um, and
Yeah.
interestingly enough, right, the support Seraphine here actually topping like almost the top of the
Mhm.
damage charts, which is pretty interesting, right? It's just she was just picked in a situation where it was so hard for her to impact the game
Mhm.
because of the Braum as well as the Yasuo, blocking all her ultimates and
Yeah.
facing against the Wukong cannon combo. It's just so hard for immobile mage like Seraphine to play the game.
Yep, that's right. And with that, we will be headed for a short break before we move on to the next round. See you guys then.